The full moon will be enjoyed in the night sky on Tuesday, and she will peak in her fullness on Wednesday morning. This fortnight has been known in the ancient Vedic calendar as Guru Purnima, as a time to acknowledge and give thanks to all of the teachers in your life, to the gurus and mentors in your life. Purnima means full, Guru means that which guides us from darkness to light. So this full moon is actually going to be in the sign of Capricorn using the Sidereal zodiac, which is the true star position. And it's very, very special, this one, because Jupiter happens to be in his exalted sign of Cancer in the stars, and he is going to be exactly conjunct the sun. And so every time we have a full moon, the moon and the sun are exactly opposing one another. Therefore, the moon is reflecting all of the light of the sun. And why during full moons we can also have this feeling of completion, of some sort of emotional fullness or even clarity, because it represents this peak ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And so we actually have a Jupiter and Sun Cazimi on this day, meaning they are exactly on the 12 sidereal degrees of Cancer, Sun and Jupiter, opposing Moon, who is at 12 degrees of Capricorn, and she's just 2 degrees away from Pluto. Pluto is, of course, the distant outer generational planet, but when he touches the moon, he definitely will signify and bring about some deep transformations within us, within our minds. So the sign of Capricorn, I heard this beautiful teaching from an astrologer, Aditya, that I love, and he said that Capricorn is not just a sign, but it's a state of consciousness. And it's true. All of the signs are a state of consciousness, the wheel of life and the wheel of consciousness. So Capricorn is the consciousness of our commitments, our sincere effort, and our contribution to the society. We can see the lessons from this particular part of the heavens as reminding us that our work is not just simply for our own reputation or our own personal success or wealth, but rather the true fulfillment comes from our work being an offering to the divine, our work being a contribution to our society, an offering to our family, for example, or in this case, even an offering to our teachers, when we want to show up and share our knowledge freely and nourish others that may not know what we know. If we're invited to do so, then this is also a way of serving and sharing freely our knowledge. Now the lunar zodiac sign, or the nakshatra that this full moon is happening in, is called Shravana. Shravana means to listen. In modern astronomy, there's 3 stars that represent this area of the sky, which falls in the center of Capricorn, and they are Altair, Alshane, and Tarazed. I hope my pronunciation is correct. It really represents this field, again, of receptivity and our ability to truly listen, to speak less and to listen more, and to cultivate the art and the craft of listening. And, you know, in ancient times, all of this knowledge of Vedic astrology, of Ayurveda, of many things, music, was all an oral tradition. Everything was spoken. And so a seeker's ability to listen and receive knowledge, that was considered one of the highest virtues you could cultivate, was the ability to listen. That was how you advanced and could progress and build your knowledge, is through this ability to open the mind and to receive what someone else is saying, what your guru or teacher is saying. when people have Moon and Shravana in their natal chart, they can actually be very empathetic and very much absorbing all of the emotions, thoughts, impressions of people around them. And this can become a very big problem for them, actually. So while they're amazing listeners and often counselors and sometimes teachers as well, they can have a really hard time discerning what is their thought, what is their feeling, and what is the voice or expectation of all those around them. So this is another theme during this full moon, is to recognize that some form of annihilation of our own personality, our own constant thoughts needs to happen for us to actually find that symphony that lives within us that is beyond all of that. Shravana represents the sustaining principle of the universe, which we call in Sanskrit Vishnu, the primordial creator, which is the great silence that pervades everything. The collective consciousness is this great silence that lives within us, that's beyond all the thoughts. Every sound, every sacred sound and vibration actually emerges from this ocean of silence. But it's very hard to access, isn't it? And yet at this time, when we have the two lights in the sky, the sun and the moon, and Jupiter, which is expanding and guiding us, we can have those moments of silence perhaps more easily and more readily if we provide the space for ourselves and vow to have the correct discernment to know what is not ours, that not every thought that comes into our mind is true, that not every fear that comes into our sphere is real.